Hello, my name is David Harrison. I'm the CEO of Four Corners Alliance Group. It's my pleasure to present the business opportunity presentation. So let's get started. Firstly, let's talk about who is Four Corners Alliance Group. The reason that we started Four Corners Alliance Group was because a leader came to me saying, David, I'm just so sick and tired of all these network marketing companies that just keep coming and going, and they start up and they're here for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months and then they go away again. And you know what I mean, right? I mean, we've all been through this kind of stuff. You just get going and you put a lot of time and effort, and you put your reputation on the line, and all of a sudden the company's gone again. And he said, I just want to be a part of a company that sticks around, and I really believe in you, and I believe that you'll build a business that's going to last. And I took that very seriously, because I only intend to build a business once, and I want something I can be proud of. And so I thought about it for about 6 months. I was kind of reluctant, because taking on building a network marketing company is a big undertaking. And I think perhaps there's a lot of people who don't recognize how big a deal it is to keep this business growing over the long term, and how many challenges that you're going to come across. And so anyway, I eventually decided that I would agree to start a company, but only if it was something that I was really with a product that I was really passionate about. And so the product that I wanted was financial literacy, or financial education. And the reason for that is because it's really an extension of my journey. I have had a tremendous amount of benefit from wanting to understand how money works. I didn't really get too much of that growing up. I was pretty good at spending money. I bet you know what I mean by that. But I didn't know much about how to make money work for you. And when you don't have much money, it doesn't seem to matter, right? I mean, who cares? I mean, all these rich guys and gals, all these people who've got tons of money, they got financial advisors and this and that and some, whatever. But the thing is that you still need to be educated. It doesn't matter whether you've got a lot of money or you don't have a lot of money. It's important that you understand that how money works and how you leverage money, how the markets work. You don't have to know all the details. You just want to have a good idea how markets work, so that when you get yourself in a position where you're making a lot of money, that you'll be able to understand who to talk to get good advice on investing that money, right? Now, I'm not talking about investments in Four Corners. Let's just be super clear about that. The purpose of Four Corners is to teach people how to understand money, how the markets work, how forex trading works, how binary options work, how the commodities markets work, how exchange traded funds work, all these different technologies that are in the marketplace, so that you are armed with the knowledge that you need to be able to build wealth and keep wealth. Right. One of the things that we talk a lot about in network marketing is being able to build a residual income and have it go on for years and years and all this kind of stuff. And honestly, don't really think that that's true. I think that, like any business, you got to keep working at it and you got to develop it. And as your business grows, what I hope you will see from the education is you have an opportunity to start using some of that money intelligently and make it work for you. Buy some real estate, get yourself positioned so that you've got some. That's where your passive streams of income start to come in, from rental income, from real estate properties, commercial or residential, whatever it is, right? That's how you start to build wealth. You build it intelligently. This is not a lottery, right? Don't be fooled by the fact that this is an $18 program with a lot of potential income. And I say potential because I have no idea whether you're going to work or you're not going to work, right? I've got no clue about your work ethic. But mathematically, the money's there. So if you have the skill set to be able to build the business and keep it growing, work as a team, it's vital with this program to work as a team, then we've got the tools here to give you a business opportunity. And then we've also got the information here so that you can be educated and understand how to make money work for you. So with that, let's get moving along here. So we founded the company in June of 2012, and it took us about 8 months to be prepared to actually launch. We've got 4 key people here. All of them are very talented. It's important to have a couple of things in place. One is you need somebody who understands how to run a business, and that's me. You need somebody who understands the financial aspect of things, and that is me as far as the business is concerned. Fiscal responsibility in running a business, understanding costs and the cost of growth and all these kind of things. We've also got our expert who has got 30 years in the trading world. He's one of our advisors here. It's Jim Yarbrough, my business partner. Our head of support is one of the key people of the business, and the other key person is our lead programmer. That's very important to have a good programmer for many obvious reasons, but it's incredibly important to be able to quickly adapt your own software and keep expanding it, keep growing, adapt to new payment technologies so that we can do payouts quickly, so that we can give the affiliates more ways to be able to make sales and have people pay in. And it's very important from the point of view of security and speed and all these things. You need a great programmer, and we're very lucky that our programmer is of the caliber where he's written software for the health industry, for banking industry, for the insurance industry, and other industries in what we call Fortune 500 type industries in the US. That's the top 500 performing companies, right? We've brought on some other programmers who've all in that same caliber, and they're working as a tight-knit team. We've got developers who are dedicated to mobile apps as well as to the apps, a website app, and we've got a very strong core team, right? And it's incredibly important that we protect you, we protect us, we make sure we've got great software, it's reliable, things don't go wrong. You've got the confidence in knowing that the software is not breaking and no one's been hacking our software and fiddling around and changing things. All of that is incredibly important. So we formed the company as Cornerstone Alliance Group LLC in June of 2012, but we didn't actually launch the program until March 27, 2013. It's a registered LLC out of Nevada. I don't live in Nevada, and neither does my business partner Jim, but for tax purposes it made sense to have it as a Nevada Corp. The registered office, which is a requirement, is here on the screen, and it's also on the website. So just to make it clear, me, the CEO, I do not work from that office. So there's no point in running by there, going into the office, and then finding out I don't work there and calling us a scam. That's just ridiculous, and it's ignorance. We just simply work from home. I work from home, and I'll work from home as long as I possibly can. There's a lot of conveniences of not having to get in the car and drive somewhere every day, and frankly, I've got so much to do. I don't want impromptu visits. I really don't have time for it. As much as I care about everybody, it's not appropriate to just drop in. All right, so here's our mission: to globally improve financial awareness through financial literacy books delivered online, and to offer a solid long-term business opportunity through the promotion of the financial literacy books. So with that said, let's move on to understanding the instant commission matrix, which is, I'm sure, is why you're looking at this presentation, because somebody has told you about the opportunity to make some good money as a business opportunity. And one thing I'm going to reiterate over and over again, and I've got some caveats on the screen coming up here shortly, is, and I said it before, I don't know your work ethic. This is not a do-nothing, get-rich scheme. I have no clue whether you have the talent to, or the willpower for that matter, it's more than anything else, to do just to be disciplined and do some work every day to build your business. So with that, let's get started. So only one person is paid a commission from a sale, and who is paid the commission is not based on the sponsor. This is incredibly important to understand this, okay? All right, so only one person is paid a commission from a sale, and who is paid the commission is not based on the sponsor. It's a very important concept to catch on to, and because this is not a multi-level payout. The commission is only ever paid out to one person. That one person's sponsor is paid 100% matching commission. So there's only ever two lots of money paid out. There's the commission, and then there's the match, 100% match on the commission. So if it pays out $4, it pays the sponsor, if the person that gets paid the $4 also. So let's take a look at that as a chart here, stair-step chart. On the left, we've got going down, we've got the genealogy row, the row below you, and going across the top, we're representing the product set and the purchase price. All right, so when everybody joins, they're purchasing product set 1. So the total cost is $18. The $18 is broken down in this way. $8 is an administration fee, and that includes all of the expense we have of processing and so on and so forth to do the program. And $10 is the product sale. And off the $10 product sale, 20% goes to the company, less some for a bonus that we'll talk about later. The remaining $8 is split in half. So 50% is paid as the commission, and the other half of it is paid as the sponsor instant commission. Okay, so as you see in this first chart, up on the left top corner in green, you've got 4 times $4 because there's 4 people on your first row. So when somebody joins at $18, you can have 4 people on your front row. So you can have 4 people pay you a $4 instant commission on a product 1 sale, right? On your row 2, the only time you get paid is when somebody purchases a product 2 set. On your row 3, the only time you get paid is when somebody buys product set 3. On your row 4, the only time you get paid is when somebody buys your product set 4. On your row 5, the only time you get paid is on your product set 5 sales. And on your row 6, the only time you get paid is on your product set 6 sales, right? Getting that, once you catch on to that and you have that penny drop, the rest of it becomes very simple. So again, we're just going to reiterate this, so showing it a slightly different way. So product 1 pays up 1 row. So let's take a look at an example of that. So we've got a total of an $8 payout, and it pays up 1 row. So a $4 instant commission goes to you. Why? Because you happen to be 1 row above them. It doesn't matter whether you sponsor them or not. It could be spillover from somebody else. There's that word, and don't rely on spillover. It doesn't happen that often. But if somebody lands underneath you and you did not sponsor them, you would still get the $4. So on row 2, let's say you sponsored the person on your row 1 and you sponsored 4 others, and then you get down to the next row here. So then the 5th person would fall on your row 2, right? Now when that person joins for $18, a $4 instant commission is paid to the guy you sponsored on your row 1, position 1. So they're going to be excited about that. Now the reason that we did this is because not everybody has got the confidence and are ready to really get into their business. Some people are just a little bit, is this going to work? And you know what? They just made $4, so it works, right? And like I said, they're not going to make that much money by relying on spillover. So it's important that you teach them what you're doing so that they can recruit their front row of 4, or at least their front 2. If they can get 2, get them confident about the idea of getting 2. And once they've got 2, you can show them how easy it was to get 2, and now they can get another 2, right? All right, so on our row 3, the same thing, right? When somebody falls on row 3, the $4 instant commission is paid up 1 row. On row 4, the same thing happens. $4 instant commission is paid up 1 row. On row 5, $4 instant commission is paid up 1 row to the person on row 4, and on row 6, the $4 instant commission is paid up 1 row to the person on row 5. All of this is happening when each person is joining at $18. All right, let's go back to our chart again. So we've got product 2 pays up 2 rows. So product 3 pays up 3 rows. A product 4 sale pays $25 up 4 rows, because $25 is the commission for product 4 sale. And product 5 pays up 5 rows, and product 6 pays up 6 rows. Okay, so let's take a look at a different example, a different way. I know maybe for some of you I'm harping on this, but I want to make sure that we do it and show it in different ways, and we repeat ourselves a little bit so that everybody's got a clear understanding of how this works and there's no misunderstandings. So we're going to use Beth. Beth comes in the front row. She pays her $18, and she's a product, and she's purchased product 1, so she's represented as a 1 in your downline. There's 2 commission. There's 1 commission to pay out, and there's 100% matching commission to pay out. So because she landed on your front row, you get the $4, and the other $4, which is a sponsor match, goes to your sponsor. On your row 2, we've got Roy lands on your row 2. And Roy pays his $18, and $4 gets paid up one row to Beth, because Beth is one row above Roy. And $4 sponsor match is going to go to you, because in this example, you sponsored Beth, right? So you're the sponsor of the target, the person that got paid. Now we're going to bring in Ty. Ty was sponsored by Roy, right? And Ty paid his $18, and we got a $4 commission and a $4 sponsor matching commission, right? And $4 is going to get paid up one row. It's irrespective of the fact that Roy sponsored Ty. So Roy happens to be the target for the commission. And because Roy was the target, Roy's sponsor, Beth, gets the 100% match. We're going to bring on Leah on row 4 for $18. And $4 is a commission. $4 is a sponsor instant commission. Leah was sponsored by Ty. Now Ty just happens to be one level above Leah, so the $4 gets paid to Ty, and Ty's sponsor was Roy, so Roy gets the 100% match. Now on product set 1, this is the products that you're getting. You're getting Understanding Precious Metal Investments. Now the reason that I picked that book is so many people in our industry are enamored with precious metals, particularly well gold and silver in particular, I guess. And some people are into rare earths a little bit. Now this book does cover rare earths as well as the popular metals. It's a helpful book to give you some unbiased perspective. We're not trying to sell you anything, so we give you some unbiased perspective on the metals markets and commodities. Basically, it's part of the commodities market, and to help you get to understand when to take advantage of that market. We also have got a great book that gives you, it's more of a mindset book about how you feel about financial matters. That will have a very big bearing on your ability to attract or grow wealth. Certainly for me, that's what I discovered was I was pushing things away and I didn't realize it subconsciously. And that book basically will raise your awareness of the fact that it's important about how you subconsciously react to things around money, how you feel about things, and perhaps to help you, we'd like to try and help you see the opportunity to try and change the way you react to things, to try and become a money attractor rather than a money repeller, right? Your MLM business was put together basically so that you could print it out and you could give it to people as a sales tool, get people to understand what MLM is really all about rather than the perceptions that are out there. Now our books, by the way, are available in Spanish, German, French, Korean, Mongolian, Arabic, Chinese, and coming soon Swahili. Now I'm going to really just quickly talk about why Mongolian, because there's only about 2.8 million people in Mongolia. I had a lady come to me who was very dedicated, absolutely determined to build this business. She said to me, David, what would it take to have you create the books in Mongolian? I want to build this business in Mongolia, but the government's going to get very upset if I'm promoting books in English and nobody can read them. And I completely agree with that. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what, if you can you put forward a measure of effort, I'll give you a measure of effort. So show me that you're committed to this and start building a business, and I'll get to it and start paying to get the books translated into Mongolian. So she stepped forward and started working really hard to recruit people, and I stayed to my word and committed to having the books translated into Mongolian. So that's how we ended up with Mongolian on the list. Swahili is a bit the same way. We've got a huge group in the East Africa bloc who are working very hard at building a business, and so we're supporting them with the creation of books in Swahili. All right, so let's take a look at how the business develops as far as the money's concerned, because a lot of people, I think, just look at this comp plan directly as they don't recognize, I guess, that what happens is when somebody joins down in your downline and it feels like there's no benefit to you, there is a knock-on effect because people are automatically upgrading. So when they upgrade, you start to get commission payouts. So bringing people in on some levels may not pay you directly, but it will pay you indirectly through their upgrades, and we'll show you how that works here. So I've got 4 rows here, Beth on top, Roy, Ty, and Leah. You've got 4 people on your front row, so we've got 4 bets that pay you $16. So over on the right, we've put that in the commissions of $16, and that's your balance. Right now, you're a level 1, and so is everybody else in your downline. Right now, when you get 4 bets, you'll automatically purchase product 2. So we've marked you as a 2 here, deduct the $10 for the product purchase, and you have a balance of $6. Okay, so let's take a look at what you get when you purchase product set 2. You get Bitcoin and crypto, a guide for the rest of us, and binary options and strategies simplified. Okay, so on your row 2, you've got 16 ROIs that pay 4 bets, so you got 16 times $4, which is $64. Now, because they've paid 4 lots of bets, right, 16 lots of $4, then you get all the matches. So we'll put the matches in your total here. So you got $64 in matches. Your total balance is $70. Now you automatically upgrade to product 3. So we mark you as a 3, and we deduct the product 3 purchase of $25 from your balance. So your remaining balance is now $45. Let's take a look at what you get when you purchase product set 3. You get credit card debt, an insider's guide to exchange traded funds, and Economics, the Truth Behind the Spin, written by our very own Mr. Jim Yarbrough. On your row 3, you've got 64 ties that pay 16 ROIs. So 16 ROIs upgrade to level 2, so you got 16 times 4, which is $64. Now you're 2 levels up from ROI, right? So you're the target for the commission. So we'll add the $64 onto your balance sheet there. So your balance sheet is now showing $109, and on row 4 you got 128 layers paying 64 ties. So 64 ties upgrade, and they pay 4 bets the level 2 commission, right, which is 64 times 4. Now because you recruited Beth, you are the sponsor, so you get all of the matches. So you automatically get $256 in matches. So on the balance sheet here, we've just added the $256 to your balance sheet. So you got a total of $365. Now you're automatically going to upgrade to level 5 in the way that I've presented this example, right? It would happen probably before this, because obviously not everyone upgrades it all in the one go, but it's just an easy way to show you how money flows, right? So in this example, you would deduct $150 for that product purchase upgrade. You'll be left with $155. So let's take a look at what you receive. On level 4, you get multiple streams of income, you get debt crisis, you get hedge funds, why investors love them, and you should too. You get the Insider's Guide to Swing Trading. You get how to get out of debt and avoid getting ripped off. Binary options, 5 valuable lessons learned in the trenches. You receive residential real estate, the essential guide to investing in residential real estate. You get the essential guide to investing in commercial real estate. You get Forex Simplified. You get Forex, how to trade with the big guys. You get another Forex book on how to trade like a seasoned pro. You get Knowledge is Power, the Dow Theory Revealed. And you also receive American Depository Receipts. Furthermore, you get Secrets to Getting Traction with Momentum Trading. Alright, so now you're at a 5. On your row 5 now, we've got Bob. We've got 512 positions down there. So we're going to say that 512 Bobs pay 128 layers. So 128 layers upgrade to level 2, which pays 128 level 2 commissions along your second row. So that pays the 4 people across your front row a split of those matches. So it's actually 128 divided by 4. So there's 64, just like in the previous example when you were the sponsor, right? Now, of course, if you were to sponsor your front row and your second row, then you would of course be getting all of these matches as well. So just keep that in mind. The more people you sponsor that actually, get paid a commission, the more money you're going to make. So on row, and that is, by the way, just going back there, that's the one position where if you just sponsor your front row of 4, that's one row 5, where you're not going to make a commission on what's going on directly, right? On row 6, we've got 4,096 row 6s that pay 1,024 row 5s, which was Bob. and that causes 1,024 pay 256 row 4s, 256 matches, 128 row 3s, which causes all of those people to upgrade to, that's all the upgrades there for the level 3 product 3 purchases, and you're the targets, you're the sponsor of the target, so you get all the matches. So the potential matches there is $6,144. Okay, so let's take a look at what you receive when you upgrade to product set 6. You get timeless investment principles. You get finance, the time value of money. You get real estate investment trusts. In the ETF trading series, where there's 3 parts, the first one is knowledge is power. The second part is the hidden keys to success. And the third part is knowing what the experts know. You get options trading, a bird's eye view. You get options trading, the ins and outs of options trading. Third one in the series, you get options trading deep dive. In Forex trading series, we start off with thriving in the Forex marketplace, followed by advanced Forex techniques, the ultimate Forex trading resource. Now in the bond investing secrets, part 1, part 2, part 3, Elliott wave theory demystified. In the mature investor series, we have change your investments, dividend gold mine, and real estate. Let's take a look now at the whole program in a slightly different way, because I'm going to really, I guess, impress upon you how important it is to be sponsoring people who are going to do something. So we're talking about sponsor matches now. Let's just say that you set out a target that in month 1, you're going to teach somebody how to make $500, right? And in month 2, you're going to grow that and teach them how to make $800. Because if they make $500 in the first month, they're going to get better at what they're doing. And so we'll say that conservatively a good number is to get them making $800 in their second month. In their third month, we want them to be making $1,200 in their third month. Now, if you live in the USA like I do, hopefully you have some sort of other income coming in. This is a good boost to your income by month 3, and it's realistic, and it's what is gonna, what can happen for a lot of people if they do some work every day towards their business, right? So we're talking about just one person. We're nurturing one person. Let's just repeat that. So in month 1, we're teaching them how to make $500 by building the business as we were showing just before. In month 2, we're going to nurture them and help them or keep them motivated to keep building and amplifying their business, if you like, through better productivity and so on. And let's say they make $800 in the second month. And let's say through more of that, they make $1,200 in the third month. So they've made it by month 3, they've made a total of $2,500, right? This is just for one person that you worked on. And this is why it's important to understand how powerful it is to teach people how to make a living or how to make money, right? They're not making a living yet in the USA. In places like Uganda and some of the countries I've traveled, they would be living very, very nicely on $500 a month compared to most people. By the time they got to month 3 on $1,200, they'd be wanting you to come over so they could give you a kiss on the cheek. They would be that thrilled, right? So here's the thing, right? If you find 4 people like that, a lot of people in our business, a lot of leaders are teaching find 4 that get 4, right? So if you can train up 4 people to do $500 a month, for you, there's $2,000 in that, right? You're being paid to put your time into developing a team, right? In the second month, based on the example I did before, you'd be making $7,200. On the third month, you'd be making $10,000 because you've got 4 times $2,500 there, plus the $2,000 from the previous month and from the first month, and $7,200 from the second month. That's a total of $19,200 over a 3-month period. Now, I've got the disclaimer down here. It's an example, right? I just don't know what your work ethic is, whether you're going to do anything, do very little, or do absolutely nothing at all. It's important that you get to work and These sort of numbers are very doable. All right, so let's quickly talk about Starion. Starion is a program that we acquired last year. It specializes in teaching people how to market any product online. I think it's very important that what we're trying to teach here at Four Corners is to help people become more self-sufficient, right? We can do that through financial literacy. We can also do that through teaching them how to market something online. I mean, there's a billion people on the internet pretty much at any one time, right? That's just a phenomenal market. Even if you have something that is really niched, you're still going to have, by just the law of numbers, you're going to have, percentage-wise, you're going to have enough people interested in a product for you to want to know how to market that product, right? I will say right at this point that Four Corners does not expect you to exclusively do Four Corners. If you do some other network marketing companies, great. You know, hey, doesn't matter what else you're doing, whether it's skin cream or weight loss or whatever it is, right? You still need financial literacy. It's a great meshing program with other things. So we brought this together with Starion to give everybody the opportunity to get educated and to give them another good, strong retail sales product, and to also give them compensation for that product. And the compensation plan is multi-level. It's designed to try and get you not paying out of your commissions, because it doesn't actually, it's not hitting a credit card or anything. You would have to, you can do that. You can add the billing information if you want to. When you first sign up for $18, we do not save or keep a copy of your information. We just simply pass it through to the bank. So if you want to be a part of Starion, it's going to try and take it out of your commissions if you opt in, right? If you don't opt in, then it's not going to take it out of your commissions. Now, the idea here, though, is that we wanted to help you have a small number of people get you neutral in not having to, in offsetting the cost of $47. So what we've got here is on row one, you've got 4 people. It's actually a 4x7, so there's 16,384 possible positions on that bottom row there. So on row one, you've got 4 positions. The commission is $4, so the total potential payout is $16, right? On row 2, you've got 16 positions there at $4 commission each, a total of $64 potentially, right? If you've got all 16 people there and they're all paying for Starion, then you would make $64 on that row. Now, here's the really important thing, is this compensation also has 100% matching commission. So that means that when your person on your row 2 makes a payment, the person on your row 1 gets a $4 commission. So the person on your, if you sponsored your row 1 and these 2 compensation plans are layered over the top of each other. They're not separate genealogies. It's one genealogy. So if you sponsor the front row of 4 in the instant commission matrix, right, then you will also have that front row of 4 here. So they would, when they're the target for the commission, you would get the 100% match. So now you have the potential of getting $64 in matches across that second row, right? See how quickly the $47 becomes a non-issue, right? And the great thing is that we've got a lot of great content to teach you how to take advantage of Facebook, how you should be branding yourself and not us. You know, a lot of people complain that Facebook is blocking Four Corners Alliance Group, and that's true. I mean, sometimes they're not. It depends when you see this recording. They put us in what I guess I call the sin bin for a couple of months, and then it automatically comes out, and then somebody else spams Facebook, and then we get chucked back in there again. The key is to be branding yourself, right? And we show you how to do that. Anybody can do it. You don't have to have a lot of skills on the computer. So if you look, the rest of this commission matrix is on the website. I'm not going to labor over it too long. You can see there that there's money down the bottom there for the leaders that build big teams. It's a monthly, so it's a monthly product. So it's a monthly recurring commission. It really can help you add some grease, if you like, to the axles of building your instant commission matrix. Here's the commission payouts for each of those rows potentially. It's a pretty decent total payout pool that's available to you. I do want to just spend a minute though talking about something that's very important. If you look at that bottom row there, you see that 100% matching bonus potential per sponsorship at, right? So remember that everybody you sponsor, if they make any of these amounts of money on here, then you're going to make the same, just like we're talking about before. I've just added it here on the next slide here. I've just shifted over to focusing on how important it is to sponsor, right? How much that can mean to you potentially. All right. So just to wrap up on Starion, we got a step-by-step modular training system. We got live marketing webinars, and we got outstanding responsive support. In other words, you can ask a question in there, and it's interactive. In the Starion section, they'll give you a response within a couple of hours. Usually, it's quicker than that. All right. Well, with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention. I know that this has taken a bit of time out of your day. I know we have a wonderful business opportunity. I know I'm not the rah-rah presenter that you're probably used to when you look at a business opportunity presentation. We've been here since 2012. At this recording, it's October of 2015. The company is growing strong. We're past 300,000 members. We're growing at an intelligent pace, and we've got a lot of payout methods, and we keep expanding. We got new products coming all the time. We're working on a completely different product line for the education market overseas, and I'm just thrilled and excited to be able to provide such a solid and high quality business opportunity.